Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All of our guests today, and by the way, thanks to everybody for hanging in there. Some technical difficulties today. We managed to get through them. Sponsored by Passant Motors, not the technical difficulties, the guests. Celebrating over 30 years in the business. Let them show you why they are a top-rated pre-owned car dealer. Learn more at PassantMotors.com. Thomas Milic from Coquitlam, Seattle Thunderbirds goaltender, one of the stars of Team Canada's gold medal winning squad at the World Juniors, yet to be drafted in the National Hockey League. Thomas and his Seattle Thunderbirds are on the road right now. The Thunderbirds, one of the top-ranked teams in the Canadian Hockey League, on the road in Brandon tomorrow, and Thomas joins us now. Thomas, thanks so much for doing this. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very good, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on the show. We just wrapped up with our morning skate here in Brandon, and getting ready for tomorrow night's game against the Wee Kings here.
What a whirlwind. Can you put into words what the last few weeks have been like for you?
Oh, man. I mean, the easiest way to put it is coolest thing ever for me. It was just right from day one. The experience was incredible. How amazing Hockey Canada has been treating us. And, the group that I got to share those last couple of weeks with was truly incredible. And, seeing all the fans in Halifax and Moncton as well, just made the whole experience very worthwhile.
Hey, Thomas, can you go back a bit for us? You didn't get the start in Game 1 against Czechia. You did eventually play in that game, which Team Canada lost. But what were your expectations going into that tournament for yourself?
Yeah, no, obviously I had pretty high expectations for myself. I was very thrilled to be chosen for the team, and I was really ready to accept whatever role I was given, whether that's starting goalie or backup goalie, or even if they were taking three goalies, being the third guy. I just wanted to do whatever I could to help the team. And, I think I knew that, in these short-term competitions, anything can really happen in a short amount of time. So I think I really just did a good job of, being ready for regardless of what was happening in the moment. And, when I got my chance to step up and get some games in, I think I took advantage of it pretty well.
Is that the best you ever played?
Definitely up there. I think I had a pretty good playoff run with the Thunderbirds last year as well, but, it's definitely up there for sure.
19 years old, Thomas, I don't have to tell you this. You've been passed over a couple times in the National Hockey League draft. What's in your hockey future?
Yeah, no, I think I'm on the right path to getting there regardless of what happens with the draft or not. I know there's a lot of different ways to get there to that, the pro level, and, I think I'm taking just about every right step in that direction that I can. So, I think I'm a big believer in focusing on the process and, what you can control. I'm sure a million people have commented about, height and all that, but, that's really something that I look right past. And, if there's guys in the National Hockey League that are, thriving and having success at that level as a quote unquote shorter goaltender, I think that there's no reason why I can't do the exact same.
Yeah, you see Saros for one. Look at, he had an outstanding game last week in Carolina. He stopped 60 or 70 shots last week. And maybe you could expand on that, Thomas. What is your reaction? And you're 6 feet tall, but what's your reaction when people say you're too small? Well, how do you react to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've been told for quite a while now, the last couple of years, and at first it was something that was a little tough to deal with. Just all the the hate and criticism of, people just not really believing me and, not having any, any chance that I'd get to that next level. But, I think I'm doing a good job of just proving time and time again that, I deserve to be at this level. And, some of the guys that I've been playing against, just being able to overcome, whoever's at the other end of the ice, whether they're 6'4" or, 6 foot. So I think, I'm just trying to prove for not only myself, but for goalies everywhere that, this size really doesn't matter if you can, find other ways to stop that puck.
Thomas, sitting at home and watching Connor Bedard is something, but to be on the ice when he scored those big goals, to be in the dressing with him, talk about being around a sensational player like Bedard.
Oh, man, it's incredible being around him, truly. He's just such a professional on and off the ice, and just even in practice too, trying to stop him when he's coming down on me. It's, you truly never know what he's going to do. And, also I've been really impressed with, just how much he's evolved as not only a player, but as a person the last few years. I've been that he's from Vancouver as well. I've, grown up playing against him, spring hockey, academy hockey, and, just seeing how he's, really matured as a player and as a person. And, he's, truly a professional already, with everything he does, with his everything pregame, all his cool down, all his pro habits that, they're already next level at such a young age. So, it's just so fun watching him. And, I was definitely glad he was on my team for that tournament.
Thomas, you're a big reason why Seattle went to the Western Hockey League Finals last year. This year, everyone's telling me Seattle, Winnipeg, the teams to beat. Boy, this spring's going to be unbelievable trying to get out of the Western Hockey League.
Yeah, no kidding. I think we've made a couple moves in the last few weeks here that, adding a couple big key pieces that'll really help us out, especially on the front end. But, I think, it's still a long ways away until playoffs. So we've got to continue to prove time and time again that we are that top team. And, hopefully not only the WHL, but the CHL. And, I think we've got a pretty good test coming up on Wednesday as we play against Winnipeg here. So, I think that'll really prove that, we are that top team. And I think our physical style play as well as our, super high skill will really help us out there.
Yeah, picking up Colton Doc from Kelowna, who was with you with Team Canada. Hey, Thomas, before we let you go, you may want to give some credit to some people. Tell us about your minor hockey journey. I know you played for Coquitlam Express at the junior A level, but where'd you play your minor hockey, your academy hockey?
Yeah, I played all my minor hockey at Coquitlam Minor Hockey Association. I had, so many great coaches and teammates there. I had a lot of them reaching out to me throughout the last couple of weeks, just wishing me luck and congratulating me. So, it's really cool seeing, all those incredible coaches that I had that, really shaped me into the player and the person that I am today. And then, of course, Burnaby Winter Club Academy, I spent a few years there, on their Bantam teams as well as the midget prep teams. So I've been pretty fortunate to have, world-class coaching staff that, have been not only great coaches, but, role models and, people to look up to as well that have really helped me shape my person today.
Myself and my kids, two of them involved in Port Moody minor hockey. You probably have a lot of respect for them as well, being from Coquitlam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Thomas. You probably hate those guys. You can be honest.
rivalry.
I won't say anything bad about them today.
Okay. All right. Okay. Save that for off the air. Thomas, thanks for this. And congratulations. You did everybody in this country was so proud. And we thank you so much for that and for doing this interview. Appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Right. Thomas Milic, goaltender, Team Canada, has got himself a gold medal, one of the big reasons. And again, he did not start game one. He ended up playing in that game because Benjamin Gaudreau had a tough time. And on he went from there. Very, very impressive. Coquitlam minor hockey. You came up with a good one there, obviously.
And Donnie, I want to get this in. I do believe there's a very good chance he will be drafted this year in the NHL. Talked to his agent, Scott Bonner, and they are certainly hoping he gets drafted. He can turn pro next year.
Mm-hmm. And, man, I'm telling you, what a weekend in the Western Hockey League. We touched on it earlier, but Everett getting, and Ian Furness talked about this, getting Hofer and Zellweger. They send Hofer and Zellweger to Kamloops, and Zellweger every time number 3 was on the ice the whole time.
Canada
during the World Junior Championships, they got 3 players, 1 prospect, 9 selections in the Bantam draft, including 4 first-rounders. Giants made a trade. Their captain, Zach Ostapchuk, who was so good for Team Canada in Moncton, Halifax, he goes to Winnipeg for 2 forwards, 2 prospects, 3 first-round picks, and a 5th rounder. Now, keep in mind that a lot of those teams were at the other end of the scale before they'd compiled or they managed to get themselves a lot of draft picks when they were at the bottom. So things changed rather quickly in the Western Hockey League. But a crazy weekend in the Western Hockey League. And again, our thanks to Thomas Milic.